What's going on, everyone? Supreme Kami here. We're gonna be going over these three welfare alteration over here. So we got the Nale Gundam, the Rosen Zulu, and then we got the Golf Custom over here. I'm not really gonna talk about the stat because obviously these are pretty much more for for sub-slot purposes because we're gonna be taking a look at some portrait and EXQ just to see how good they are. If any of the Nale part is something to grab over here. So start off with the head over here. What are we looking at? We get some crit up by 70%, not good. And then when attacking with beam, enemy shooting power reduced by 30%. These are kind of good. These are good. If you guys really want to run that 100% like enemy shooting power reduction or melee power reduction, I think that's a viable choice because we have those like crazy hard true daily mission. I think these are viable. So these, I think, if you grab, I don't know, like if you have four of the same part over here, you can get up to 120%. But obviously, I think it caps at 100. Don't quote me on it, but you can obviously get to 100% reduction. So these are good because these are obviously a lot more easier to form than like let's say your standard part or your welfare part, because there are a lot of welfare part that I have reviewed that have these kind of condition over here. So obviously the welfare part is gonna be good. So if this is something that you like, you want to do some, you want to play around with like your opponent, I think these are a good option as well. But if you guys have no interest in it, I don't think you have to grab the head because the first portrait is kind of like just know already. So up next we have the not late chest over here. It's a trial system over here. So this is activate trial system and stop all gun plus movement within a viciously for a fixed period of time. So this acts as like one of those stuns, like for example in battle circuit or any other situation you want to stun your opponent for that brief second, so you can just go up for like an all attack. These are pretty good. I think this one might be a better solution than the Rosen Zulu because this one you don't have to activate your funnels. The one in the Rosen Zulu, you like I would say there's a higher chance of missing than this one over here. So I would say this one is a more viable choice if you need some stun, right? This one is good because this one is coming out from the chest. The Rose and Zulu is coming out from the backpack. So those are two different kind of things. So I mean, in theory, you can get both of them, have them on the same like playing field. But if you have to grab one, for example, due to like for example limited resources, limited light blue alteration tool, I think I would personally grab this one. But I have not actually tested out, so I would just based on speculation, like when the trial system was activated from the Not Gundam, I think this one is a lot more better choice. All right, let's look at the arm over here. So let's see what we're doing. This one's gonna raise your melee attack by 25%, and then with speed attribute, shoot shot gap boost by 70%. I would say the second portrait is kind of useless. Like you don't really need like extra beam guidance. That is, I don't even if you shoot from like really long range. I think most of the time you do get a hit on. So I think having this second portrait is just kind of like it's good to have it, right? It's always nice to have these kind of bonuses over here, but this is not boosting any power. It's not like giving you any huge advantage over here. So just having the first portrait, like just have it at level 10 pre-alteration, I think is good enough. So this one I would say skip it. Skip the alteration for the arm over here, and then moving on to the leg over here. What are we looking at over here? So EXQ Pierce boost is not good, and then when armor is 40% or more, shot spread reduced by 15%. So this one is more like when you use kind of like let's see, maybe bazooka. Like I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's any like scattering, I I don't think there's any scattering like EXQ or any like shooting kind of things that really needs this over here. So shot spread reduced by 14% or 15%. I don't think that's anything like of a need. I would say like it's probably good bonus, like a good bonus to have, but I don't think this is anything too relevant. So I would think this one is not good at all. So I would skip the leg alteration as well. Alright, let's see what's the backpack doing over here. Okay, this one may be good. When speed attribute, shooting power boosted by 25%, so the first portrait is good. But keep in mind, this one is like extremely limited. This one is limited to S attribute, so make sure you can kind of work around with that. And then when your combat power is over 100,000, close shot attack raised by 20%. So this one is good. I think most of the time, if you guys are playing like just any event in general, like battle circuit or like even some harder content, like you are at it, you are at a high chance of being up close to your enemy. So having this one raising 20%, even though 20% isn't a lot, but I mean it links to something, right? This is something you can kind of work with over here. So you get this one is pretty good. The first portrait is good already, because like if you take a look at like some even like standard or like Sokai parts, most of the time you might just have it at level 1. Level 1 is being at 17%. So I would say you need to get at least a few copies until you can hit that level, like that 25%. So I think this one you can get like 8% more just for that time period. So this one, these are kind of good. You know, these are obviously really good for like, you know, like a multitude event, I would say. So if you guys do have the resource, you can all trade this one. Because the alteration fee for this one, they only cost 500,000, which is 10 times less than if you were to all trade like the standards or like the Sokai's limited. So these one are good, I would say. The beam saber over here, so you have these when speed attribute, so enemy melee power reduced by 25%. So these are good, obviously are really nice. And then while for computers active, job gauge increased by 17%. I would say job gauge is like not really like the thing to activate, but then again, because we have the custom ability, I would say these can be viable, because maybe you can pack yourself a lot of these job increase, and then you can always activate that. But I would say when you activate like the limit burst, is more of like the last resort, like in my opinion, like because when I use it in Battle Kit, it's kind of more of like a last resort. I need that extra boost. But if like like if the limit burst is not something of a niche, I would say these kind of portrait over here just kind of useless, right? So first portrait is good. If you guys trying to build out that that really tanky builds for like, I don't know, even for like your relief unit, or even just to troll you know, somebody in like arena, I think these are good to go. That is only if you like these kind of portrait. If not, no need to all trade them, because these warfare one are more gimmicky. It's not like your straightforward like like EXQ power boost, like shooting power or melee power boost. So in terms of the rifle, shooting damage output boosted by 20%. 20 is way too low. If it was like anything over 100, I think you can kind of make something work out of that, because these are per shot, right? So anything that's gonna be really beneficial is like machine gun, because they fire off a lot of rounds. One highly noticeable one's gonna be the IWS pack from the Strike Rouge backpack. Because I believe someone actually calculated you fly up to 20 rounds, right? So you get a 20% boost, like flat 20 for every shot, right? So for example, every shot you hit 400. So I think how this works is you add that 20 for every one of those rounds. So you are hitting instead of 100, you are hitting 120. So 120 times 20 rounds, you guys get the idea, right? So you do a lot more damage out of that. And then you have a shooting crit. Crit is not too important, so I would disregard that. But like I said, this one is way too low of a output. So this one is just a no-go for me. Alright, looking at the shield over here. We have a mixture to drop debuff EXQ time up by 16%. These are kind of good. EXQ time up. These are kind of helpful as well. So, but I say there are better options in terms of the shield department. So I don't think this one is something of a need. You are also paired up with like a shooting crit boosted by 30%. So this one is no good. So don't alter the shield either. So I would say only the few parts to really alterate is probably gonna be the head. If you want to play a little bit more gimmicky, trying to like bait out your opponent, like them not doing any damage, the beam saber, and then as well as the chest over here. So if you guys do have any suggestion for any of these parts, like for the Nale, do let me know down in the comment section. Alright, now moving on to Rosen Zulu over here. Alright, in sense of Rosen Zulu, we have 3 traits and then 3 EQ over here. So let's see what we are working with over here. In terms of the tag, you have Xeon and Ace exclusive, so it's a split between. So this one you can say is more of like a balanced type outfit. This is because one part trait one tag kind of support like a melee build, and then the other one kind of support like a shot based build over here. So okay, so when you're an Outfighter, miss shot attack rates by 40%, not too good. And then with T attribute or tag attribute, boost funnel time up by 50%. So even if you boost funnel time up by 50%, it doesn't mean it's gonna shoot faster. It doesn't mean you're gonna have like a long duration. Like funnel this like in this game currently, it's not the best thing to run because like their hit rate are relatively slow. I don't know if it varies between weapon to weapon, but if you guys like if a weapon set have a lot of funnels, like one good example I can think of is the Kshatriya. I think the Kshatriya has a lot of like makes like a lot of funnels per, so I think those can be good, but I would say these are just kind of useless at this point in time, unless like funnels like those funnel get like a major rework. Otherwise, I don't think these serve as a really don't serve as a good purpose overall. So this one I'll skip for the head over here. In terms of chest over here, okay, on your Outfighter, revive with 50% armor once only. So these are kind of good. I believe we do have a few of these ones already. I think the last time we have these offer alteration, we have the Stargazer. I think it was the arm of the chest does have this over here, so these are kind of good. One thing you can kind of do these, like all the wing series units have self-destruction, right? So you can in theory activate those because for destruction you take 90% damage, and then you paired one of these up over here. For example, you get shot right after you use the cell detonation, so you can just kind of come back with 50% health, right? So these are kind of like a one way you can work things out if you choose to use for what is it, self-destruction, right? For the first portrait, special shot damage taking reduced by 20%. These are not good. The first portrait is just not good, but the second portrait is something to work with over here, so pretty good. But would I alter it? Probably not, because these are really niche, not something like a relevant build. But if you guys want to play a little bit more gimmicky and want to play on the rope, on the edge of the line, I mean, these are something good to go, right? Same tag as well. All right, moving on to the arm over here. Same word tag as well. We have a mega particle income over here. So where's the income from? Is it from the backpack? Probably from the backpack, or no? Is it the arm, right? I think it's the arm, those claw arms over here. I never actually tested out the output of this, so I can't really give you guys like approximate damage in this. But if you take a look over here, you have B plus power. Generally speaking, B plus power are pretty good for welfare. So this one also have an A tier, so this one should be able to give you some good number of damage over here if you guys so choose to use this EX skill over here. I can't really guarantee any big number because I never actually tested out, and I don't really plan to alterate it. So I guess you can alterate it at your own cost. I'm not really going to be recommending it unless you really like it. So moving on to the leg over here, let's see what we are doing. Oh, so both of these are crit up. So this one is 40%, armor is 40% or less, so 99% of the 99% of the time you will not gonna see this. And then the percentage to level 10 is only at 17%, so these are you can skip this one, no need to even look at this. And then when you are attacking with beam, This is gonna be really restrictive over here, wanting you to only use crits, and then you get another crit up or crit rate boost by 30%, so in total 47%. But these are just a no-go for me. I wouldn't alterate it. All right, this one is a Psycho Jammer over here. So this one is launch Psycho Jammer, eject a force field around lock on target and suppress movement within. So this one I have used it a few times in my Battle Circuit video. So if you guys have seen that, you know, like it locks onto your opponent for a good duration of time. So these ones are good. But I had missed a lot of these over here, which is not recorded in the clips. But yeah, these do miss a few. So I would say that Nightlight Chest is a little bit better. This one is 60 seconds on cooldown. If we take a quick comparison to this one over here, right? Let's see what we're doing. At max, you are looking okay. So this one is a little bit better. This one comes in at 41 seconds, so you can kind of use it a little bit more. So I would say, if you guys like both, you can alterate it. But I would highly suggest the Nightlight first if you guys want these kind of stun EX skill over here. In terms of the shield over here, we have a triple bullet, triple barrel maggot particle cannon over here. So this one comes in at A- Pierce and B power. So you're looking at probably a little bit less damage compared to the arm. Like I said again, I never actually tested these like up to alteration, so I can't really give you a justified number of how good they do. But maybe this one should output a little bit less than what you can look at from the arm. So these, I would say, the EX skill, just alterate it at your own cost if you like them or not. I don't really want to recommend people alterating these kind of EX skill, because it's kind of hard just to justify how the damage is, because my build compared to you guys are, I would say, a lot more indifferent. So these may not be suitable for everyone, right? All right, coming down to the golf custom over here, we have 8 parts to go through, so let me try to speed through them as fast as I can. Just know already, because this one is when armor 60% or less. We covered 10, only 10. In combined, you're only getting 30, so this one is right off the bat just poorly designed it, so nope. The chest over here, what are we doing over here? Alright, these are pretty good. This one when you are using Infighter pilots, EX skill reduced by 50%, so these are good. We have seen a few of these already, like off the top of my head that have alteration. We have the Stargazer. I believe the Stargazer arm has this as well. That one is up to 20%, but it's limited to only 60 seconds. So this one is in theory a lot more better. Some that are not for alteration right now is the Saber Gundam. The chest does have these kind of EX skill as well. So I think the Saber one is when armor is 60% or more. So in theory, this one works a little more better, because this one is not restricted to like armor. This one is only restricted to your pilot license. So this one is in theory a little bit better. In terms of second portrait, it's bad. Crit rate up? Nope. We don't want those, right? Right, moving on to the arm over here is the EX skill over here, right over here. So B plus power should do some fairly good amount of damage. Pair that up with a B or A plus A pierce over here. So it should output pretty good, but don't count my word on how good the damage is, because everyone's build is obviously a lot more different. So I'll trade it at your own cost if you like the EX skill. Alright, in terms of the leg, that is something I have already alterated, because we are doing a 1P attribute EX skill CD reduced by 20%. So this one is one of the premium amount or premium percentage over here. That's why I kind of alterated already. And then also, what you guys are using in fighter job, close shot raised by 20 or 40%. So these can be helpful at times, but the most important part is just the CD reduced by 20%. That's why I would say Harley, this is probably the first one to really focus on. If you guys really want that 20% CD reduced over here. Alright, coming on to the backpack over here, let's see what we're looking at. Just poor. Damage output boosted by 20%, just not good. And then Veronian capacity consumption reduced by 20%. These may be good if you guys are in that like kind of being chased or you need to get away from your enemy. These can be good, but like half of the time these are kind of useless already. So I would say no go for this one, unless they made a mode where you have to like kind of run away from your enemy, and then this one might be a good option. But as of right now, these Vernier consumption reduced by 20% are not really meta relevant in a way. So I will skip out on the backpack as well. All right, jumping on to the heat sword over here. Let's see what we'll be doing. In terms of the, let's see, okay. Second portrait is good. When attacking with physical, melee power boosted by 30%, and then the first portrait, when attacking with physical, strong melee power boosted by 20%. So for strong melee, is that one extra final hit. Only that hit, that extra final hit would grant a 20% more. Other than that, these are kind of not good. This is something you wouldn't even subslide into like your subslide build, because look at how low the attack status, right? So these are probably not something you want to consider at all. So you can skip this one as well, to be honest. Alright, looking at the heat rod over here, let's see what are we doing. Valkyrie boost by 13%, that's way too low, right? And then 26% chance of attacks penetrating super armor. I would say that 26% of penetrating super armor is kind of niche. I wouldn't say something in dire needs, not the essential. So I would say skip this one as well, to be honest. Don't bother with it. Alright, last but not least, we have the shield, Gatling shield over here. So let's see what we're looking at. What was it? Physical ranged weapon magazine boost by 20%, and then physical range weapon with low speed by 20%. I would say this one is good option. Like, would this even be a good option? Because like, for the cooldown for those, let me see, physical range. These one might be good. To be honest, like that 20% is kind of valuable, right? And then this one boosts by 20%. I would say this one on a really niche option may be good, but most of the time we don't really have too many good Gatling weapons. So I would say even if you do all traded, I don't think there's gonna be any good like high enough damage weapon you can kind of like subside into. So I would say this one you can all trade it for now. Maybe you can put it into some other use. I would say, namely it's gonna be like for battle circuit, I would say, or even for like those what is it, daily crew mission. So overall, all these three kits, they do have their own little gimmicky kind of tags, traits. Obviously, these are not meant to be something to take into too serious. But like I did recommend, there are some pretty good parts. I would say focus on those good parts first, because they are kind of valuable and they don't come back like the last. I don't think these will ever come back within this short period of time, because they do kind of have to cycle back through a lot of older welfare. So if you miss the chance right now, we don't currently know when is the waiting time for these one to kind of return. So if you guys have the resources right now, kind of alter the one that I have kind of recommended. So that being said, hopefully you guys like this kind of recommendation, and then I will catch you guys on the next one.